Food. Food. Yummy. Yummy.
Welcome to Menu from Mars again. It's a little loud out here. We have some construction going on in the parking lot, but I am taking you to the Orchard Street Chop Shop today for the best steak tips on the face of the planet. Voodoo Blackened steak tips. This place was actually built in 1865 as a real-life horse-drawn engine firehouse, and was in commission all the way up until the 70s when it got decommissioned and sold and became the Firehouse Restaurant. And there was a 1 and 2 because of a fire, and after a second fire, the gentleman that owns it now was able to purchase it and keep it as a restaurant. He did $1 million renovation to this place. His name is Chris Kozlowski, and they just call him Koz. But they dry age their beef. It's a wonderful place. The building is just beautiful, but I can't wait to let you see how they do this, and it's going to be a little different. It's not just going to be a review. We're actually going to get to watch them make it, although we'll never be able to make it as good. Never. All right, let's go get some. This is one of the secrets here. They dry age their beef, and it's absolutely fantastic. Some of the most tender beef you will ever eat in your entire life. Drive here if you can before you try this recipe at home, because this right here is going to make it worth it all by itself. Doesn't look good now, but it tastes unbelievable. Okay, we've caught this a little before opening time, so it's just me alone up here. This part of the restaurant is called Top of the Chop. It's their martini bar, has less of a dress code than it does downstairs. Downstairs is really awesome formal dining. Up here you can get really awesome formal dining, or you can get you can get things like the steak tips. They're only offered up here. So I walk in, they know who I am. They know when my wife and I come in, they don't even give us a menu anymore. They just ask us how many plates of the Voodoo Blackened steak tips we're going to get. They walk up and hand me my Bombay Sapphire Martini with olives, and they hand my wife the martini menu because they know she needs to pick her drink, one of about 10 different ones that she does. I am tried and true. I get my Bombay Sapphire Martini, my Voodoo Blackened steak tips, and we come up here to Top of the Chop and either sit in a table or at the martini bar or out back in the pool room. And I'm gonna take shots of all of them so you can see. All right, I'm in the downstairs restaurant now, and they're gonna actually let me go out back and film the process that they use to make the Voodoo Blackened steak tips. I am also going to see if I can get Koz on camera for a little bit to tell you a little bit about himself and his passion here. So let's go into the kitchen and let's take a look. They're getting ready to cut up tenderloin. All right, I was invited back here into the kitchen. They're actually gonna let me watch how they prepare the tenderloin for the Voodoo steak tips. This is Doug. And I'm gonna let him take it from here because I am dying to see this myself. So, Doug, if you will. All right. So how long have you worked here, Doug?
I have been here, March will be 5 years.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, it's been fun. I've learned a lot.
So in the hundreds of times we've ordered this dish, you've probably prepared it for us quite a few.
Probably 99. I've held every position here.
Really?
So, yeah, I'd like to say that I pretty much know all the ins and outs of this place.
Excellent. So what part do you actually take the tips from?
So I actually will weigh out every steak. We do 12-ounce fillets and 8-ounce fillets, and I will take whatever scrap I have left from those fillets once they're weighed out, and I will use that. So it's actually from every portion, not really any given area.
Twist this one more time. All right. Now, I did a show on butchering meat at one time, but I'm nowhere near as good as these guys are. So mine is strictly to save money. Theirs is to make really good food. And it gets warm in this kitchen.
Very warm.
So what's your favorite dish to prepare here?
Oh, that is so hard to say.
Put you on the spot.
Honestly,
I didn't tell him I was going to do that.
I think usually my favorite dishes to cook are things that I haven't cooked before. So anytime we throw something new on the specials or on our regular in-house menu, just learning how to prepare something that I haven't done before, it's fun. You know, it's nice to gain as much knowledge as you can about something you enjoy so much.
Yeah.
So I think that would be my answer. There's so many different things that I have cooked with, so
Right.
it's so hard to choose. I love cooking steak now.
That looks so good.
Ooh. Great. So now what I like to do is I like to cut them up in ounce increments, every piece as close to an ounce as possible. That way they will all cook as evenly as I can possibly get them to.
They are usually fantastic. Not usually. Every time I've come here, they're fantastic.
Thank you.
We even usually order one to take home.
That's awesome. That's my kind of guy right there. So that is one order right there.
This is so awesome. All right, here I am with the owner, Chris Cause.
Yep.
And this is his establishment that he has been so nice to open up to me so that I can come in here and film what is, like I said, my wife and I's very favorite dish that we get anywhere. And you guys know I don't go anywhere to eat. I come here. So, Cause, if you could just tell us a little bit about...
Excellent. My name is Chris Kozlowski. I'm the chef owner of the Orchard Street Chop Shop here in Dover, New Hampshire. We are New Hampshire's first true prime steakhouse, opened up in 2004. We feature dry-aged steaks, seafood dishes, all types of cuisine. The restaurant's actually on 2 floors, the top of the chop and the main dining room where we're standing down here. What we were trying to achieve is almost 2 different dining aspects. The fine dining with tableside service on the first floor, and then something more pub-like, which we call the top of the chop upstairs, and that's a more casual dining atmosphere. We also have a rustic menu with the Blackened Voodoo tips, which we're going to try in a few minutes as well.
It's just as good upstairs as it is down here. The food down here is absolutely amazing.
It's kind of what you feel like. If you want to take a date on an anniversary or a wife out to dinner or something and want the more formal dining atmosphere, you stay downstairs. If you want something a little more casual, getting together with your buddies, want to play free pool, free darts, we have all that in the Havana Lounge upstairs.
Martinis.
Plenty of martinis. We have a long martini list upstairs with about 30, 40 different choices of different drinks you can choose from on there. Plus actually a lot of infused vodkas where we infuse such things as chipotle peppers for a hot and dirty martini, a lot of different fruits and even some vegetables actually with different types of liqueurs to give us neat and kind of new ideas and all that.
My wife and I, exclusively anniversary dinners here for the last 7 years, every time for her birthday, special occasions. Fridays, Thursdays. It doesn't
Any day that
matter.
ends in Y.
We come here as often as we absolutely can, and we make a big trip down here. It takes us 45, 50 minutes to get here, and we are regulars. So,
Yep.
fantastic food.
Yep, and yep, we're here. I'm typically here 5 days a week cooking. We also have new specials every night. We're in the midst tonight of changing some of our old menu items over into a few new ones. We're adding a rack of lamb entree and a couple new desserts.
Nice.
Pumpkin mousse and a warm apple crepes dessert that should be on the menu by this weekend. So keep checking back. Follow us on Facebook, orchardstreetchopshop.com. You can reach us on Facebook at Orchard Street Chop Shop, or come to the website and check out what's going on there. We have a calendar that's updated regularly there where you can actually see the different things we have going on every night. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 p.m. on. We have Martini Madness, which is $5 martinis for most of the list. So if you want to come out during the week, feel free.
This is their URL right here that's off here in the corner, the whole show, so don't miss it. Go to their site. I'm going to be linking it off of all of my sites, so let's
Come
go
on
make
out.
some blackened steak tips, and you guys get here. 'Cause,
Yep.
good
Come
stuff.
on back to the kitchen. Watch what we do. So we're back here now in the kitchen, and we're gonna do a demo on the dish that they really like here, a popular dish upstairs called Blackened Voodoo Tips. Rare. Typically, we cook these about medium rare or so when we serve the dish, but you can ask for them well done if you like them that way. If you want them really rare, we can do that for you. So the blackening pan just gives real nice color. Remember, the handle's going to be hot, so you don't want to touch it. Woo. There. So they're almost there, and then about 2-3 minutes into it, we're going to add our pepper and onion. These have already been sauteed down for about 35-40 minutes. So now we add these so it doesn't take long to cook. We're really just heating it up. I'm cooking right now on about medium to high heat. Once that pan gets very, very hot, you can actually turn it down a little bit. About a half teaspoon of fresh garlic. We are actually sourcing the garlic along with a lot of our products from local farms right around here. A friend of ours actually grows the garlic up in Effingham, New Hampshire. There.
That smells amazing already.
Yep. Now for the fun part, make sure you have enough beer. A little for the dish, a little for us. Cheers, enjoy. Let the Guinness burn off a little bit and reduce.
How long would you reduce?
Depends on how hot your pan is, but probably about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, not even. And then we're putting in about 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of Worcestershire sauce.
Which I could smell as soon as you took the lid off of it over there. That's how good it is.
Now this is where we turn it to low. In fact, what we do at this point is just turn it right off for a second. Move it right out of the way. And that's pretty much it. At the very end, what we'll do is hit it with just a little bit of salt and pepper. Fresh ground pepper, salt. And then what we'll do in a minute is hit this with a little bit of butter. That gives it the nice sheen. While that's sitting for a minute, we're gonna add our beans to the rice. All our food is homemade in-house. So, yep, red beans, and then rice. Like I say, traditionally it looks more like this because it's served on top of the rice.
So do you have a family recipe for your red beans?
Well, cooking in New Orleans is like politics. There's two sides to everything. We were down there for a family gathering a few years ago, and the argument that night was if jambalaya has mushrooms or not. And it was kind of funny because one half of the family thinks mushrooms should be in the jambalaya, and the other half of the family said no self-respecting Southerner will ever put mushrooms in jambalaya. So, yes, my brother has his own recipe. I have my own recipe. Obviously, being Southerners, they think theirs is better. I think mine's better.
I'll vote on you.
But then again, I do this for a living. He works for the government, so it's kind of what you, who you want to believe. The red beans recipe is something for a whole different day because it does take a lot of work, a lot of love and all that. And we do, like I say, make that homemade. So I'm going to do the way we do it here. So while this is, coming to the end of the dish where we plate it, we have our red beans and rice all mixed together, our blackened voodoo chips. Butter is good in all dishes, and this is where the flavor really comes in. Use about a tablespoon or so of butter. Give it low heat, just enough to let that mix and melt.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in bacon fat too.
Well, we use the politically correct term bacon oil because bacon fat's like, it's a retro right now in this country. It's not good for you, but it's the best thing in the world.
I tell the people all the time, I didn't say my stuff would be good for you, I said it would taste good.
Yep, exactly. So the way we go about finishing the dish, we put about 1.5 cups or so of the red beans right on the plate, right as the butter melts. We take that, see a nice thick sauce. It's about 6 to 7 ounces of tenderloin tips we have on here. Then we finish with the peppers. And then a little bit of garnish on top. And voila, there's your blackened voodoo tips with red beans and rice on the rustic menu at the top of the chop.
Veggetti, 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 veggetti.
Just no. No. All right, here we are at top of the chop. He's been nice enough to let me take a swing at this now. And look, I don't eat rice with a whole lot of anything. You guys know that from what you've seen me do, but I have a love affair with this rice when I eat it. So I'm only gonna be able to take a couple of bites because would have to put an NC-17 rating on this. But
And your wife wouldn't like it.
yeah, no, I gotta bring it home for her. She will whoop my gosh, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Loved coming here. This is a great place. Like I said, when we walk in, I don't even get a menu anymore. The wait staff, the bartenders, they bring over my Bombay Sapphire Martini. They give my wife her martini list so she can pick from a bunch of different ones, but they're always smiling, always happy, nice enough to take time. He comes out and says hi, too. He doesn't just stay behind closed doors. So,
Yep.
all right.
Enjoy. Yeah, you might have a bite here, and while he's eating that, just let you know we are open 6 nights a week for dinner. We're closed on Sundays.
Oh my God.
Which is why he keeps coming back.
Oh.
It's a very tasty dish. So
That doesn't even cover it. Oh dear. I better not do that.
right.
This was awesome.
Right, so 6 days a week, closed on Sundays. We're open at 5 o'clock just for dinner, till 9 on Monday through Thursdays, till 10 o'clock on weekends. And we also do a lot of functions and whatnot. So if you're looking to bring out some of your friends and co-workers or whatnot, we have a bunch of different rooms in the restaurant to allow you to book for functions. No room charges, which is kind of nice in this area. Feel free to get in touch here with us at www.Orchard Street Chop Shop, the whole restaurant spelled out. Or you can call our number here at 603-749-0006.
And that'll be on the screen too.
Yep, and we look forward to seeing you here someday. If you stop in, say hello. I'm in the kitchen most nights.
Let them know that I sent you. It's 1 Orchard Street in Dover, New Hampshire. You can't miss it. It's one of the best looking buildings in the whole town. So come out. I don't care if you're 100 miles away, 150 miles away. I know all you people come to my state for vacations. I see you driving all the time. So come here, order these, go downstairs, order something formal, and I'll probably edit that part out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Make sure you come down and see him. Make sure you come down and try this. Oh, you would be remiss if you didn't. One of my favorite dishes here, we won't get into the dill spread for the bread that my wife is absolutely in love with.
Homemade boars and cheese with all your entrees.
Man alive, and it
With
is
Tribeca bread.
fantastic. And they toast it too. So come out, see cars, see the crew, get something that you will never get anywhere else. I promise you, you know me, I don't go out to eat. I cook at home. I come here and pay every time for this. Well, not this time.
Not this
but
time.
Almost every time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks again for coming, and we look forward to seeing you here. So, thanks.
Excellent.
Cool, awesome.
Don't look at me while I defile myself. It really is that friggin' good. Oh, God, you don't know what you're missing. Get down here.
Filming right now.
It's okay. I'm gonna just take clips and say, don't worry.
It's true, she is the loudest person. She's the meanest too. You can leave that part in there.